Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys are having an awesome and wonderful day. Welcome again to another episode in my channel, Amazon FBA Giants. Today we're going to be discussing, as you saw in the title, the product research, which is the most requested topic that I have been asked. So today we're going to go through a few methods that we're going to be covering, especially through a software like Viral Launch Market Intelligence. And before we start, I just want to give you a little brief introduction about myself. My name is Basim again. I'm an Amazon active seller, and I have coached and consulted with hundreds of students and companies to get them to the next level, whether they're in the product research, whether they're in the beginning, whether they're advanced people or expanding their brands. Whatever it is, I was able to help them. So I just would like to share a little bit of that knowledge with you guys. And today is going to be really awesome. I hope you guys are ready. It's going to be a little bit a long and lengthy episode, but hopefully we're going to be covering everything about product research, especially through a software. I'm going to be giving you all the method of the product research on Viral Launch. We're just going to talk about one aspect of it, which is going to be the product research and not through the keywords. I'm going to explain more later on in this video. Also, we're going to talk about the budget that you need to be able to start this Amazon FBA business. As well, we'll be talking about the best categories to private label, and also we're going to talk about some facts about Amazon and why it's a really valid business. I don't think you guys here, if you didn't think Amazon is really a great business opportunity. And myself, I can vouch for that. I have started my Amazon journey, and it's been now over 4 years, and I had enough success. For sure, I failed my way to success, but at the end I was able to really kind of perfect the methods and the best methods to find a product and launch a product, and how to be able to build a brand. That's been said. Let's go ahead and jump into my screen, and I have prepared some slides for you guys so you can follow me, and you'll be able to see what I was talking about. So that's been said, let's go ahead and jump into it right away. Just give me a second. I'm gonna jump into my slides. I hope you guys see my slides right now. So welcome again to Amazon FBA Giants. So today, as we said, we're going to talk about the product research through market intelligence. Viral Launch is not the only tool that I use. Actually, there's so many tools out there, but there's so many tools out there. But I have chosen market intelligence, and also I use Jungle Scout. For sure, there is other software like Helium 10, Cash Pro, but you know what? Every software almost does the same thing, but they have a little bit of special features that you really feel comfortable. But I'm very comfortable with those two softwares, and I stuck with them. So let's go ahead and talk about a little bit about facts about Amazon. As you know, guys, Amazon controls over 50% of all e-commerce, which means 50% of all consumer product searches happen on the Amazon platform marketplace. This is only the beginning. Amazon is really controlling a big piece of the e-commerce, and still e-commerce is only a fraction of the whole retail, and just going to be growing and growing over the years to come. Amazon has more than 100 million Prime members, which is they're ready to buy, which is very important for us as sellers. And these Prime members are growing year over year, which means they have their credit card information in the system, in the platform, which is they have the mindset of buying. So if you really offer a very good product, they will be able to buy it right away without any hassles of entering the credit card again or anything. And this is really what makes Amazon very special, of having those loyal members. There's far less initial capital investment needed to start an Amazon business than to purchase or start a brick and mortar business, which is very true. You can start an Amazon business, a very profitable Amazon business, with a very little budget, which is we're going to be explaining later on in this episode, on these slides. If you wanted to start any business, brick and mortar, at least is going to need at least a minimum of $50,000-$60,000 just to be able to start that business and to be able to see profit within after 6 to 12 months, unless you buy established business. But this is way cheaper to start Amazon business, and also it gives you the freedom of not stuck to one location, that's the beauty of e-commerce, which attracts most of us, that will be able to move from one place to another and also get the freedom that we're making money while we're sleeping. I know it's a figure speech that you make money while you sleep. It still requires work, but if you really, later on, if you be able to find the right product and you be able to automate it and have the right team behind you, you'll be able to do that. So that's been said. By simply watching or reading the news, you can see that almost every day there's a story about Amazon that speaks volume about Amazon growth and domination. As we know, Amazon, it's not only as a platform for sellers, has so many projects, whether they're shipping, whether they have their own, Jeff Bezos has his own space company. They're just growing into everything, whether it's tech, whether, as we saw, e-commerce, into everything. And they're also expanding in every country. They are in Canada, they are in the US, they are in Europe, they are in Japan, they are in Australia, and now, which is the newest thing, just been announced last week, which is, we are May 2019, the beginning of it is they are started in the Middle East. They have bought established company was called Souk.com, and now it's been called Amazon.ae, which is, I believe, that's going to be huge for people who are living in the Middle East or around that area. Budget, which is the most important thing. What's the budget required? And I think a lot of people, they don't come with the right mindset or the right budget, and that can hurt them. If you have a little, it could hurt you. If you have also if you have a little budget and you get into very competitive niches, might hurt you, and if might hurt you. So I'm going to explain a little bit more about it now. So you can start with a small budget if necessary, but with a larger budget, you can better afford a higher demand, higher price product with less competition, which can save you money later on when you run PPC. What I mean with that, I know a lot of people that have said, oh, they start with $500 or $1,000, which is, I feel that's really a small percentage of people who are able to establish that, and I don't think majority of us will be able to replicate that unless you really find a very special niche that that's not being tapped yet. But from my experience and from all the people that I have coached and the people that I have consulted with a bigger budget, you'll be able to establish a better profitable markets, or you'll be able to tap in a better markets with a higher demand. And also, why higher budget is important, because everyone who teaches that specific subject about Amazon FBA, they are usually they say, hey, you can start with a small budget of $1,000, $2,000 just to get people in, get a product that's small, get a product that less than £2, whatever the criteria is. But what happened is that anybody who jumps into the Amazon business with a low budget, usually they don't have a big knowledge about Amazon. So what happens if you get into that market, you will see that you're competing with people that only competing on a price instead of they're competing on value or differentiation or customer service or marketing or whatever it is. So if you get a higher product with a higher price, you're going to get into a market that are you're competing with experienced people, that they're not competing with you on price level, but they're competing on a quality and PPC and marketing and everything else, which is really going to help you down the road. You don't want to be getting into markets that later on you just basically have a very small profit margin, but you want to be able to make the most that you can. So at a start, what I recommend is $3,000 to $5,000 budget. 3,000 to 5,000, you'll be able to find a product within a range of $25 to $35 per unit, where you in your initial order, or MOQ, called minimum order quantity, which we're going to get into it a little bit, is basically you will be ordering in the first order 500 units. This is only an estimate. It could fluctuate depending on the market that you're in. But let's say if you're ordering 500 units and you buy each product for $10, that means, including shipping, that means will cost you $5,000 to get it to the US. You need a bigger amount of units to give you a little bit of a breathing room, where you're not getting the products in and right away you need to reorder again right away. So 3,000 to 5,000 is very good. And also within those niches, not anybody who's new to the market will be able to, or doesn't have good knowledge, will invest that much money into that business unless they really understand it. So most people without knowledge, or people who are just jumping into the business without the proper guidance, you will see them, they will risk 1,000 or 2,000 most. So you want to keep away from those people, and also competing on a better market and with people who have more knowledge. In Amazon, the right criteria, or the rule of thumb, is the 1/3 rule of thumb. So if I sell a product on Amazon for $30, I'm expecting to get the product for $10 including shipping. The second $10 is going to be Amazon fees and commission and their pick and pack fees. And the third part, which is the $10, is going to be your profit margin. So higher the margin, better it is, give you more freedom for running PPC and be able to have a profitable launch. On top of that budget, I really highly recommend, which is the most people, they don't mention that, it's also have available of 2x to 3x of initial investment. So for example, if I were going to go into a market, or let's say I'm getting into a market and I'm going to spend $5,000, I want to make sure at least I have $10,000 to $15,000, because a lot of people, they spend only $5,000, or that's all what they have, and then when time comes for reordering, or it comes time to reordering, or unexpected, you know what, I'm going to cut. Let's start again. Also, we need available funds of 2x to 3x the initial investment. So if you have $5,000, I would really recommend that you have another 10 to 15. That means you need $10,000 to $15,000. So you need just to make sure that you have it for many reasons, and to make sure that you don't have any cash flow issues. So I'm going to explain in the next slide why you need 2x to 3x of the investment. You need to factor in cash flow issues. Amazon holds some of the balance for new sellers, especially for new sellers who doesn't have, they didn't establish history with Amazon. Amazon will hold some of their profit or their money into the system for at least 2 weeks to 4 weeks. So you want to make sure that if Amazon holding that money, that you have some accessible money that you will be able to reorder, and make sure that you don't run out of stock for a long time, because that's gonna hurt you. And also you need to factor in increase in sales. Say for example, you're expecting 500 units per month, and then all of a sudden the products start exceeding your expectations and you start selling more, maybe 1,000 or 1,500 units. That means you need 2x to 3x the amount of money to be able to fulfill that demand. So make sure that you really have accessible funds. I'm not saying you might be able to use some credit cards or loans, or you borrow some money from your family. Just make sure that you have it. It doesn't mean that you will spend it, but just to be in the safe side. And you need to factor in also shipping method. There's sea shipping. So if you later on, when maybe the first order you do it by air, later on you decide to do sea shipping to lower your cost. Here is going to take longer time than air shipping, which means you need to order a few months in advance, because of manufacturing and shipping lead time will be longer. So let's say I'm ordering 500 units by air, and that takes me 1 month. And then if I do sea shipping, it's going to take me 2 months. That means I need 2 months worth of inventory to make sure I don't run out of stock. So that's very crucial. So instead of spending $5,000, you need $10,000 to make sure that you factor in the shipping and the manufacturer lead time, which is very, very important. And also you need a little bit of bigger investment because you want to get your PPC under control. You might have more marketing budget. Maybe you need unexpected. Maybe you are thinking of a cost per pay per click, which is a PPC, which means the advertising system within Amazon. So for example, it goes on a keyword base. So if you have a keyword that you were expecting you're going to spend $1 per click, and then you find out maybe you need $2, that's also going to affect it a bit. Just make sure that you have a little bit of accessible money just in case if you wanted to make sure that you keep the launch and make sure you're keeping your ranking, which is we'll talk about as well in the future episodes. What's included from the budget? And these are the things that I want to make sure. The budget we have, which is the regular budget, is going to include the product itself, is going to include the differentiation, is going to include your shipping cost, and also will include, for example, your insert or design or logo design or packaging design. That's will be included. Okay. The things that be included, which is I call them fixed expenses, like luxury softwares. So product research tools like this, the tool that I'm going to show you. It just makes things easier, but you can still do it manually if you want it. So this is going to be excluded from the budget. Launch services. If you decide to use a launch service for your product to start ranking, depending on your product, on your market, accounting software, email follow-up sequence software, website creation, hosting service, landing pages, split test tools, other business expenses. All this stuff is going to be excluded from the budget that we're discussing, because these things you can do them manually and you don't need a software. Software just going to make things easier for you to get to those results faster. But I wouldn't include them at the initial investment. But later on, you'll be able to do them for your taxes maybe, or you can do them for your expenses, yes, but not for the budget for product research. Now, let's talk about the product research criteria. Just remember, all these are only guidelines. They could be changed. You can go higher, you can go lower, but these only a baseline where you can take and make sure that you put your spin on it. So, and I'm going to go through this in a live demo, but I'm just going to mention them very quickly. So, product with good demands. I want to make sure that a product that I'm searching has a good demand. And how we determine that through these softwares, that we make sure that we have a 300 sales per month. That means this specific product that I'm looking for, it sells around 300 units per month. And also I want to make sure the price of this product, it starts from $25 and higher. It could be less, it could be higher, but from $25 and higher, I think you will be able to find a very good niches. Preferably anything higher would be much better. So preferably over $30 if your budget allows, let's go ahead and do it. But if it's not 25 and higher, I think it's a good baseline. We want to find a product with low competition, and how we determine low competition in those softwares, which I'm going to show you later on. It's by having a product that you find that they have less than 50 or 75 reviews and less. This is only a baseline. It could be I have niches that I get into where I have a lot of competitors with over 300, 400, 500 reviews, and I still, with my 25 reviews, I'm able to rank very well in the first page and also make the sales for it. So it's only a baseline just to be on the safe side for the new sellers. But once you get more experience, you'll be able to surpass that line and be able to do better and better. You want to find a product less than £2. This is a cliche, honestly, and I think, in my opinion, weight doesn't matter for me as much. Okay, I don't mind going higher as long as I get the good ROI, because I don't think that has to be £2. It's true. It's going to be easier for you to find products in that, because it's going to be easier for you for shipping and inventory management. But if you get to a higher price item, you will exclude heavier items or bigger in dimension or size or weight. You will be able to eliminate a lot of majority of people who are finding those kind of niches, because that's the standard of people what they're teaching. Everything has to be less than £2, fits in a shoebox, and all this stuff. But if we differentiate ourselves and we go the other side, that means we're excluding a big majority of people on competition. Now, the only issue with getting into a higher, heavier products and larger in size is that you need a better knowledge in shipping and inventory management, because those products you won't be able to ship them by air because it's going to cost so much. So you need to make sure that you do by sea shipping. By sea shipping, again, that means it's going to require more time to get the products to the US. That means you will need to order more units to make sure that you fulfill 2 months or 3 months worth of units. So it's only going to be a little bit of knowledge, and I think you'll be able to do it. As an aspect of ROI or return on investment, I believe those products you might even sell less units, but you have a higher margin. That's another thing. If you get into, like, for example, let's say $100 product, and if your profit margin is 30% to 35%, that means if you sell 3 units only a day, which is less work for you, you'll be able to achieve that $100 per day benchmark, where you can achieve $3,000 a profit per month. And we'll get into that a little bit more when I get into the live demo. We need to get into easy and simple to manufacture products, so nothing breakable, electronic, or supplement for the first product, especially because we need to establish a good account metrics and relationship with Amazon. Now, Amazon, as we know, guys, it has metrics, has performance metrics in the back end. So Amazon will judge you on how well you reply to customers, what's the return rates, if you have any damaged goods or any complaints or A to Z complaints and all this stuff. So once in the beginning, since Amazon doesn't know us very well, we want to make sure that we don't have those issues. So we don't want to have a lot of return rates. So that's why I don't bring a lot of breakable products in the beginning. But later on, yes, go ahead, do it. Electronics, one of the niches where it has 20% return rate, which is very difficult. So make sure you really you avoid those products in the beginning. It's not like do not do them. If you find a good product, maybe you can do them, but just be aware of those things that I'm letting you know. Supplement, which is one of the very competitive niches on Amazon, and because they're very profitable, you can buy a supplement for $2 and sell it for 15 to 20 products. So profit is higher, but also competition high. So in the beginning, just avoid those products, but later on with experience, you'll be able to go more. And last and not least, which is the high keyword search volume. If any product that you find, you need to make sure that the keywords that associated to that product, which is basically the bridge between the seller and the customer, is the keyword. So you want to make sure that any product that you sell has so many search terms or keywords that will be able to bring the buyer to you. So I want to make sure that when I find a product that has a search volume from 10,000 and higher, not only a single keyword, it could be like 3 to 5 keywords that will be able to have combined together search volume from 10 to 15,000 search volume. And why is that? Because when I launch a product like that, I'm expecting to make 5% to 10% of those sales. So if I'm making 10,000, if the product itself or the search term or the keyword for that specific product has 10,000 search volumes, that means I'll be able to capture between 500 to 1,000 units per month. This is only I'm guesstimating here, but you will be able to achieve that. So find a product between 10,000 to 15,000 search volume, and it could be multiple keywords to bring you to that number. Usually from 3 to 5 keywords. If they come to that, you're having a good product. So this is very important. Now, before we go to the lab demo, I just want you to remember, guys, there's no perfect product. There is no perfect product. Every product has its good and bad, and that's very important thing that you need to remember. Any niche, it could be have a low demand, but you're making high profit. It could be high demand product, you sell a lot of units but has less profit. So there's no perfect. Every product has its own issues or has its own things that you need to deal with. But we just want to minimize as much as possible. We don't want to launch the next garlic press or coffee mug or what's called an apple slicer or anything like that. So we need to minimize as much as possible, and we want to make sure that we get niches that we can expand on and we'll be able to build a brand around. Now, I also remember there's no hacks. There's no hacks and tricks and all this stuff. I'm just going to give you a criteria that requires you to spend some time to find as many potential products as possible. That's all we need to do. Just spend the time, focus, sit down, find as many product as possible, and then go through them and validate them slowly and slowly. So that's been said, let's start and get dirty, guys. I'm very, very excited about that. So give me a second. If we exit now, let's go ahead and bring Viral Launch. So before we start, guys, I just want to show you a little bit about Viral Launch and the pricing and where you're going to get with and what are your options. And at the end of this webinar, I was able to get a discount for you guys, and especially for our Facebook group for Amazon FBA Giant group. If you guys are interested, you go ahead and join that group. It's really awesome people, and people are really willing to help each other with anything. It's free. Just go ahead and join. And I will leave a link at the bottom of that video later on for you guys to sign up, and you will get the discount that you need. So you have here multiple bundles. They have annually and monthly. They have four plans that you go with. I think for most of you guys, you can start with the beginner or pro seller. I think I have the pro or the brand builder, one of these. But for you guys in the start, just use that. You can use it for 1 month, get the product that you want, then just unsubscribe if you want, or keep it for later on. It's up to you. But it's very, very helpful. It's going to make your life a little bit easy. So for the beginner, so basically you're going to get two things with it. It's going to get the database, which is basically what I'm going to show you. It's where you can have a database software where you can have all the products there, and you'll be able to filter through them and find potential products. And the second thing was going to be the Chrome extension, where you can validate and validate your product, and you'll be able to find your how your competitors are doing and how the market is doing as a whole. So depending on what you need, you'll be able to use. So I recommend maybe the beginners and the pro seller for now. Later on, once you start making money and and the balls start rolling and you start doing very well, you start upgrading. It's going to be very helpful for building a listing, for analyzing a listing, for keyword manager, for tracking keywords, for a lot of things that you can do with it. But that's been said, let's jump into the database. So as soon as you come in, guys, to the database, you're going to see a few things. This is on the left side. You can have all the tools that are accessible to you. Also, we're going to go to product discovery, and we're going to go to search. Once we get to the search, we're going to fall into that page. There's going to be 4 things here. Product, you can find product. You can find products through the product tab. Then you have the keyword method, you have the brand method, and category. Today we're going to focus on the product, and if I see a lot of demand coming on that subject, I'll be able to make a video on keyword, which is very important way of finding product. But today we're going to do product, just to make sure that I don't drag that video for a long time. But I will make one on keyword because it's very, very important. I'll show you how to do it through the product discovery, through market intelligence, and also I'll show you in other ways of finding products through keywords, which is very, very important. So let's go ahead and discuss a little bit how the software works. The product and market intelligence, or the database, is basically, I believe it's Amazon. Viral Launch. They got the whole catalog in their software, and they organize it in a way where you can use filters and specific criteria to be able to find a product. So they make it more for a seller friendly, because if you go to a regular Amazon search page, you won't be able to have those criteria. You won't be able to find a product according to specific filters. And here it made it way easier for us. So as soon as you come here, you're going to see the categories that we choose from. Then we have the basic filters, and we have the advanced filters. I'm going I'm going to explain each one of them, and hopefully you're going to get some benefit. So let's start with the categories and which categories I would choose and why. I wouldn't select all of them because some of them that you don't need, especially for private label products. So appliances, I wouldn't recommend doing anything in appliances because there's major brands. There is like, for example, LG, Whirlpool, all big brands that I don't think you want to compete with, and they're very big products, so I wouldn't do it. Arts and craft and sewing, I like it. There's no big dominant brands that dominating that specific category, and a small category that you can find a lot of small niches and up and coming products, so I like it. Baby, it's a good category to get into, but for me, I'm kind of baby, it's a little bit weird because anybody who started that business, whether they have baby or pet, they're going to think of a product in that category because they're very comfortable with. And what happened is in these categories, they have a very low price items and has so many competition. That means everyone's just competing on a price, and you're not going to find the good product. If I was going to get into that baby or a pet niches, I'll make sure that I am getting into a very expensive product to make sure that I eliminate most of the competition that I'll be facing. So baby and pet, just be careful, but you can find a very good product, and just keep in mind that you might need some certifications because you're dealing with baby, you're dealing with human, you're dealing with live pets. So you make sure that you're not getting something that's risky that might harm people, and make sure that you don't need any specific certifications and things in that manner. Books, we're not gonna get into books. I'm not a writer, and I don't think most of you guys are gonna write a book. You can do it, but I haven't tried it, so I won't get into it. CD and vinyl, I'm not a musician, I'm not going to sell any media, so I'll keep away from it. Clothing and shoes and jewelry, I am not a big fan of that category because there's big brands. You're competing with anybody who wants to wear any kind of shirts or shorts or anything clothing. They're more lean towards a big brand like Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, CK maybe, any Michael Kors, whatever it is. So those companies or these brands that have a very big budget, that they can compete very, very aggressively on PPC or on prices. So I will keep away from it unless you're very, very specific niche. Like for example, if you get into for example, big, like me, I'm a big man, so maybe in a big man clothing, maybe you can find a specific niche that only for big people, for larger people you can find good clothing for them, or maybe some kind of a special special clothing for I don't know, athletes that's really big and they have really larger size that you need something really fit very nicely. You might do it, but I don't recommend that unless you have really, really good experience. Computer and accessories is a good place. I'm not going to look for the hardware of the products or computer or laptop parts. I'm looking for more accessories. For example, maybe it could be a mouse, maybe it could, this is a bad example, do not do mouse, but I'm just saying stuff like the access to your laptop. It could be a keyboard, a stand, it could be a laptop riser, whatever it is, something that's associated with a computer and accessories could be very well. Electronics, as I said, for people who are experienced and people who are really would like to take risks, electronics could be very well, it could be very profitable, but just remember, it could be a lot of competition in it, and there's a high return rate, which is 20%, 10-20%, sometimes even exceeds that, but we want to keep away from it. But you can search it for those who are really who really like the electronics. Grocery and gourmet, I'll keep away from it because again, food has expiration, has a specific rule for that category. I'll keep away from it. Health and household, it's a good niche and is a good category. I like it a lot. Has a lot of good products that are very profitable. Just keep in mind the competition in that category, but it could be really, really good. And I like that category, especially when you get more advanced. Industrial scientific, it's one of the underrated categories, which is I like the most, because I think people, when they see industrial scientific, right away they associate to, oh my god, there's science in it, maybe there's physics, maybe there's something with mechanics. It's actually not that. Industrial scientific is a category where I like a lot because it has very weird products. Something that you don't expect. So, for example, it could be water strips. It could be beer making kits, wine making kits. It could be a special tool for special construction or a special profession. It could be parts for a specific machine that's been broken. I like those stuff. I like industrial scientific. And why I like it also, the competitors who are in this specific category, they're most likely they have a brick and mortar business. So their main channel of sales, it's not Amazon, it's their own store. But what happened is that, hey, we heard about e-commerce is very good. We have units, we have stock. Why don't we just launch it on Amazon? So when they launch it on Amazon, they don't have a good PPC strategy or marketing strategy, or they don't have a very good listing, but they sell because people looking for that product and has a demand for it. So if you come in with the right strategy and the right knowledge of how to be able to make it better or have a better listing, you'll be able to take all their sales or take most of their sales because you're presenting your product in a much better way. So Industrial Scientific, I really highly recommend it and I like it. Kitchen and dining, it's another kitchen and dining and home and kitchen. It's kind of related, but they're a little bit different. It's very good product. It's always changing. It's always, there's the new gadget or the new design for your living room, for your dining table. It could be a dining tablecloth, it could be chair cloths, it could be a specific what's called that, it could be decoration for your dining room, it could be a carpet for your room, for your dining table, whatever it is. It's really anything belong with your kitchen stuff. So I really like it. Movies and TV, I'm gonna keep away from it. Office products, it's a very good category. It's a very small category and it's really getting a lot of tractions. If you see also a lot of Amazon Basics, which is Amazon brand, is really trying, now it's actually doing a lot of product, launching a lot of product in that specific category. And just let's keep in mind, we have Stables, for example. It's one of the main leaders in that specific niche. Why? Because it has its own specific audience. Your audience is going to be mothers who really they have their kids, they're going to school, they need specific, I don't know, pens, paper, stuff like that. It could be like us who does e-commerce, who have a home business, that we need a lot of things like pen holder, we need anything that relate to office, pens, papers, clips, file organizers, whatever it is. It's really nice. And also, most importantly, we're targeting big offices and big corporation that they need at a daily basis. They need things. And now, since Amazon really offering this 2-day and 1-day shipping, a lot of big companies are starting to ordering their stuff from Amazon. So it could be a really good opportunity. So I highly recommend office products. It's a really good one if you find a really good product. Pet supplies, as I said, is the same as baby. Just make sure you get into a nice, good product with a higher price item and not electronics. Sports and outdoor, it's a very good category. It could be stuff about hiking, cycling. You can find camping and a lot of things like that. So sports and outdoor, it's really nice category. Toys and games is another a good category. You're targeting basically parents and kids. As I know, I'm a father of 2. They always need toys and games, especially toys. We're always gonna buy toys, whether it's birthdays, whether it's occasions, whether we just want to keep our kids calm at home. We will buy them toys, but just make sure that you don't get into something risky. Make sure that you have a product that's simple, It doesn't have, I know some product they have marbles, something that people, kids can choke on, or they have those big plastic poly bag on them to make sure that you have the right suffocation warnings on them, and a lot of those things. Just make sure the product is safe, and make sure that the company you buy from, it's good, qualified, and they don't have any hazardous things, or it's a good, clean environment where you're getting the product from. The manufacturer itself is clean. There's no smell. There's nothing that harm a kid. So I will do that. It's really good. Apps and games, I'm not doing anything in apps and games. Automotive, it's a gated category, but it's very easy to get ungated in it. I know if you go to get ungated, it's going to tell you, give me a website, give me a big things, but there's a way that you can get ungated very easily from it. If you go to automotive, you can be in as niche as possible. Do not get into, hey, I'm selling one part for Chevrolet, a part for Ford, because there's going to be years, there's going to be models, there's going to be a lot of things. So I'll make sure that if I'm doing this, I get into a specific niche. For example, Jeep Nation, or because people have big falls for Jeep, for Audi, for Volkswagen, something very specific for pickups or accessories for pickups, stuff like that. I will get into it, but make sure that you really find a good product and avoid product that has different models and different sizes. Beauty and personal care, anything in beauty and personal care, your audience, you're targeting people who cares about themselves, about their image, about how they look, and that you can sell them really good stuff. It's very good. It's a little bit competitive, but make sure beauty and personal care and health and household. Just make sure that the main category is ungated and it's open, but a lot of subcategories that are gated. So I'll make sure that I'm careful when I do those things, and make sure that you find something simple. It doesn't need any FDA approval or specific certification for the specific tool. Just make sure you do your own due diligence when you do it. Camera and photo, it's a very good category. Unfortunately, most of the listings that you're going to find, they have no BSR, so very hard for you to get the right sales volume or sales per month, but it's really expanding, and it's really going, in my opinion, it's becoming very popular, because everyone with their social media, whether they're vlogging, whether like me, I'm doing my YouTube, I have a lot of equipment just to make sure that I have the right lighting, or they have the right stands, or have the right camera, or the right mic. It's really becoming good, or backdrops, for example. There's a lot of things. So camera photo is good, and you might find good things. Cell phone accessories, it's one of the private label categories. I don't recommend it. I do not like it. I think there's a lot of price war happening. There's a lot of sabotaging going on. A lot of people recycling listings, and there's always the new gadget or the new model. Before, I'm not sure where we are exactly in iPhone, but let's say if there's iPhone 6, there's iPhone 8 right away. For iPhone 6 or iPhone 7 or iPhone 8, you see them, they're all coming within 6 months to 1 year. So you make sure that you're really getting your products ready. Collectible fine art, no. Digital music, no. Gifts and card, no. Homemade products, unless you're really handy and you want to do things by home per order. I wouldn't recommend it, because I think, in my opinion, the business is about automation and making sure that you really getting products on Amazon, let them fulfill them, instead of you just doing them all the time, and requires work. And me, I value my time and my freedom. I want to make sure that I don't need to be held to one location. So homemade products is not, unless it's actually a good place where you can find ideas where you can get those products and get them to China and manufacture them, and you'll be able to ship them to Amazon if you want. And it's required special approval. Home and kitchen, it's one of the biggest categories on Amazon. You can find a lot of good gadgets and good products. if I get into this category, I'll make sure that it's a little bit higher price item products. I don't want to get into $5, $10 or $20, $15 products. It becomes very, I think in home kitchen, you need to be very disciplined with your options and choices, because if you get there, you're gonna find this avocado cutter that sells 1,000 units per day, and then you can source it for $1, and all of a sudden you get the products in, then you see 1,000 sellers are selling the same product, and you just be basically selling it at a loss, and your advertising cost is going to go too high because everyone's competing on the same keyword. So I'll make sure that I'm going in a higher price item. 20, 25 and higher is much better. Kindle store, no. Magazine subscription, no. Musical instrument, no. That actually, musical instrument is a good one. You can find a very good specific amps, specific tools for a specific instrument. I'm not musical at all. I don't know if you're a pianist or you play guitar or something. There's specific things. I know there was one time there was this what they call it, a guitar holder, like you put on the wall. It could be something like that, handles or something like that. It's good. Look into it. Why not? Patio, lawn and garden is a very good category, but I'll make sure I will pay attention to seasonality, because a lot of patio, lawn and garden, it's about outside of the house, what happens outside of the house. So if I find a garden hose, it's going to be seasonal. I believe, especially up north, there's a lot of people in winter, they cannot use the hose because it's too cold. But if you find a product, for example, like LED light for a shed, that's not a seasonal product. It could last the whole year. So just look into it, but pay attention to that. Software, no. Tools and home improvement is a very good category. It's about decor inside of the house. It's about, for example, improving your house. It could be doorknobs, it could be door hinges, it could be cabinet handles, it could be thermostat, digital thermostat, whatever it is about improvement. And this is the audience where you're targeting is actually people who have money, who wants to live in a good environment, and they will spend the extra bucks on a good product. So it's a very good categories. I know we took a lot of time just talking about categories, but I wanted to make sure why I chose those categories and why these are the best in my opinion. Now, if I do my research on these, I'll make sure that I will do each category by its own. I don't want to go ahead and have all the filters at once and just go through the results. I want to make sure that each category, I make sure that I find all the products possible and then jump to the next one, the third one, fourth one, fifth one, and so on forth. This is my recommendation, and let it take time for product research. It's going to take time, so do it slowly, but surely you will find a good product. So this about the categories. Now let's talk about the basic filters. According to what we need minimum of 300 units. I prefer let's do 250 units. So I'm telling the system, find me a product within these categories, and also that makes 250 sales minimum per month. I'm not going to do monthly revenue for now because I'm setting the monthly sales, and I want to make sure that I give the system a little bit of breathing room. I don't want to have so many restrictions. Okay. The price, as we said, we're going to go anything over 25 bucks. You can start with 25 bucks. Maximum, you don't want to leave it just max anything. Maybe you find a product for $1,000 and then you don't have the budget for it. So let's limit it to 50 bucks. Review count, I want to see a product the maximum of 50 reviews. So I told the system, find the products within these categories that sells 250 units per month as minimum price of 25 bucks, and the review counts the maximum products that has 50 reviews. Now, all the settings are not set in stone, so you'll be able to change them according to the results that kind of come in. So you just change them. So for example, if you don't find enough units, you'll be able to lower your price, or you can higher your review count. So you play with those. These are not set in stone. Okay. So this is the first basic things. I'm not going to do the advanced filters yet, but let's do this, and then I'm going to go into the advanced filters in a bit. So if I have these settings, I'm just gonna go ahead, show products, and now the system is doing its magic and it's finding all these products. Now, if I find these products, I'm just gonna go through them. I'm gonna find something that I don't understand, or obscure, or something that something I'm not very familiar with. Let's just keep going here. The first one is supplements and protein. I'm not going to get into protein. It's competitive niches, and you can find a lot of things. You go to regular Walmart, you find a lot of things. Usually the good products, the products that you cannot find in a regular store. So for example, if I walk into Walmart, I can find everything. But if I find something very niche and it's very hard for people to find in regular stores, these could be a very good products. So let's go in and just follow me, like just watch on top of my shoulder, behind my shoulder, and see what I'm doing. Now, custom acrylic wall decor. Wall decor, I wouldn't get into a product like that because it has a lot of design, depends on people's taste. It could have a lot of variation. I'll avoid product with variation because it requires a bigger capital, requires more work on PVC. So variation, I'll keep away from it in the beginning. So all this decor stuff, taste, I don't want to. Outdoor solar morning glory garden steak. I'm going to go with it, but I know it's going to be kind of seasonal. So what I do here, view on Amazon, I just go right click and open a new tab. So all what I'm doing now, I'm just opening products on the new tab all the time. So let's keep going. I don't find anything here. Now let's go here. Portable mini CPAP cleaner. I have no idea what is that. Hookah stuff and smoking gun, all stuff. It's one of the restricted product on Amazon, but you see some sellers are selling them. So I will keep away from it in the beginning, just because it's related to smoking and drugs and stuff like that. Water bottles I'll keep away. It's just too saturated. A lot of people are selling the same thing. The same thing with protein. Here we have shredded foam dog bed. Dog bed, it could be something, but I know it's going to be lip saturated just because I have a little bit of knowledge in that. Now we have here rubber doormat. It could be something good, but I'll make sure, like, see here, I have a lot of variation. So if most of my competitors have this kind of variation, that means I need to offer something similar, which is require bigger capital. So let's keep moving and see what's up. Anything in sexual wellness, keep away from it, because this category has some limitations on PPC. You cannot use the keywords that you think you're gonna use, and it's very hard to rank, in my opinion. Sorry, let's keep doing it. Liquid deformer carpet, anything with liquid stuff, you have more chances of getting the product spill and packaging issues. Vacuum insulated Yeti is a big brand. All this big brand. Oh my god. Okay, let me see. You know what, like, see, I'm finding a lot of products that are the same, like bed sheeting, bed sheets. A lot of things are similar, and bottles, and so for me so far I'm not finding much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to limit. This is another feature here, warning, popular results. What that means is, what's nice about Viral Launch, it's when you find a product, it will be able, a lot of people can pin them, like pin the product. And if you see a lot of people like us who are looking for products and pinning this product, is going to tell, hey, listen, this is popular results. A lot of people are looking for the same product. So you need to make sure that you just keep away from it, or do your own due diligence with it. You see here, sports and outdoor. That's why I don't select sports and outdoor right away, because you're going to find a lot of big brands, Adidas, Under Armour, and all variation. Look, the whole result is going to be things like that. So that's why I was recommending also to do one category at a time. Let's see, Under Armour, door carpets, everything is the same here. Okay, For example, this one is a very stretch slip cover or sofa covers. It's a good product, but has a lot of variation, and as well the profit margins are a little bit low. And I'm saying that because I went through it with someone, and will just keep away unless I have a really highest budget. Food containers and prep products, prep meals, they're saturated. I'm just going with you guys, and let's see what we find. I'm not guaranteeing today we're gonna find anything, because this process needs a lot, and I can actually prepare this before. I can prepare it and prepare a product and say, hey, look, I found it in 2 seconds. But I'm not going to come here and cheat you guys or do anything like that. But this is going to require work. So let's say I keep looking now and I see a lot of things are just similar and not something I'm doing, like big brands. So now here, where I'm going to here, I'm going to the categories, and I'm going to restrict my selection. So for example, let's go ahead and take baby, take this. I'm just gonna go, let's say beauty and personal care, leave home and kitchen. I'm just going through, leave office, kitchen, electronics, keep that. It's restricted, and let's go again. Let's see if there's anything I can find. Now, most of the things I'm still finding the same. I'm just gonna jump to higher. Here we have hemp oil. Hemp oil, guys, it's one of the restricted products on Amazon. It requires really a lot of skills. You make sure that you don't get into these things. It's against terms of service. Let me see what else we have here. Nothing. Okay. Net. You just keep doing this over and over and over and over and over, and opening things over and over. Okay. I'm going to show you one product that I found and how to validate it as well. So now let's say we did all this stuff, and now I'm going to I can just raise my bid, raise my review count to 75. I can increase my monthly sales. The other thing, if you want to use the monthly revenue, I can put this one, an example, as nothing, just empty, and I can do monthly sales. I can start from 8,000 to 15,000. So why I'm saying 8,000 to 15,000, if we're going to go through our rule of thumb, the 1/3 rule of thumb, I'm able to capture between $2,000 to $5,000. So 1/3 of 15,000 is 5,000, and minimum 8. And these, I don't want to go higher than that because it becomes very competitive, and it might attract a lot of hijackers or a lot of trouble. So I found those niches going to be less competition, not a lot of problems with them. So 8 to 15,000 is a good way of looking into product with monthly sales. And now we find, see, this is toys. It's a brand. And I'm just going to see, I see a lot of sheets. And this is actually, even if it seems light, some of them, but it's volume. So it's also going to cost a lot of shipping. So don't think, oh, it's pillows or stuff like that. It might cost more. Now let's see this wrap thing. And I'm just going to go see rubber backed felt. No. Club Elite Shruggy. What is that? Professional ceramic. Let's see. These panels. Alright, so this is one here. And also the other way. Now I'm going to teach you a little bit about the advanced research filters. So just give me a second. Alright, so let's go back again, guys, to the advanced filters and how we use them. Now we have, I honestly don't think those filters here on the top are really good. I'm going to show you a few of them that I use, but most of them are a little bit confusing and they don't make sense. So initial investment cost, initial net profit, average profit margin, total net profit. Nobody is going to be able to give you those right profit margins without knowing the cost of the product and knowing exactly how much the shipping is going to be. So me, I don't use none of this. I use a few of them here, which I'm going to tell you. So price change, I use the price change, which is, this is the bonus way of finding product. It's basically price change and the sales change. So price change, I want to make sure, like if you look down here, you see here sales change and there's a price change. If a price change, I want to make sure a product that doesn't fluctuate or doesn't have a big dip in a price change in negative. That means a product that was selling at a specific price but then become too competitive and then the price starts going down. So this is declining. I don't want to do that. So I want to find a product that in the positive in a price change. That means more demand for it and people are willing to pay extra. So price change and sales change. I want to see something in the positive, not in the negative. There are specific situations where you might do a big launch service and you sell a lot of units, then you have decline in sales. So you just need to do your own diligence. You find good opportunities, but most of the things I want to make sure that I have sales change in the positive, that things are looking better and the sales per month are going higher and higher. So these are the two things I can play with. So if I want to do that, I can do price change, let's say 1. I want to see something in the positive, and the sales change, I want to do 1. So I want to see the sales are going up. We have the best sales period, and this is very crucial and very important for those who like a seasonal product, or people who wants to predict or want to prepare for things in summer and Christmas and Easter. So you'll be able to come here and find the product that do very well on a specific month. So for example, if I want to find a product in November and December what sells very well, I can select these and I can prepare in July, for example, in July or June, summer, prepare for Christmas and see what are the products to predict them. Because the database here has enough information to tell you the sales history and what products they were doing at what months, which is really, really crucial. And this saves you a lot of time instead of just predicting things. So that's another one, but we're not going to use it now because we're not going to be finding this kind of products. We want to find a product that sells most of the year. Every product is seasonal, but we want to find a product that at least sells for most of the year. Okay. Sales pattern, which is a very, very good feature they have. It's up and coming. It's a product that has just started now, like being just launched and new to Amazon, and all of a sudden you see they start getting attraction and start going up. And this product that you want, if you find them, you want to get into them because you want to be one of the first people to establish your sales history, your relevancy, and your ranking. And it's very hard for people to come in, newcomers to come and take your place. So they're very good. Typical is basically a product that year over year was doing the same kind of sales. It's typical for it that in June does that amount of sales, July or whatever it is. So these are very good things. So you can play with these and you can say, hey, I want to find product up and coming or typical, and just keep using them in parallel with the basic filters that we have here. Number of sellers, I actually put it max at 3. And why is that? I don't want, this number of sellers is basically how many, like for example here, on this listing, there's 3 people are selling this product, okay? And this listing, there's 8 people. So by doing 3 sellers, usually is 1 seller. If you find a private label, you always think, oh, there's only 1 person who sells it. But we need to factor in if anybody, there's a product that there's hijackers on it. So I want to find a product that maybe they could be private label, but there's a hijacker in them. Some sellers also, what they do, they have 2 listings. They sell on their listing, they sell as an FBA and FBM. So it counts as 2 sellers. Why they do that? In case they run out of stock in FBA, they can fulfill orders through FBM and keep their ranking. And I'm putting 3, just this is only my preferred way or criteria, just in case I factor in hijacker that comes in for a few days and then leave. So I keep it to 3. Sales reviews, I don't use them. Average review rating, this is something very good and I will use it, especially if I want to find a product that I can improve on. So for example, if I find a product that, what I mean by average review rating first is basically, if I go here, let's see this product. Look at here. This is called review rating. So this product has 3.9 out of 5 stars. Okay. So that means that's the review rating. That from out of the 12 customer reviews he has, he's rating a 3.9. That means there's 3 star, 2 star, and 1 star. And why this is important? If I want to find a product that I can improve on, but they still have a good sales or have a good demand, I can find this product, read the bad reviews of my competitors, and I can change it, and I can improve on it. I can differentiate it and solve that issue that people are just complaining about. And that could be a very good opportunity for you to capture more sales from your competitors, and to be unique, and to stand out between all the competitors. So this is a very, very good way of doing it. And if I look at it, I want to find a product that has, let me see here, I will do anything, let's do 3.5, 3.5 and less, and still be able to sell, for example, 8,000 to 15,000, and at 3.5, that means there still sells, and I can do things, and I can improve on it, and make sure that I sell very well. So let's do it with this criteria, and let's see what happens. Okay, let's show, and let's see. Come on, give us something good. This time is going to take a little bit longer because we have a lot of restrictions and filters. So let's see what we have here. Encourage, I'm not doing. Stuff like that, I'm not doing. This one, bubble machine, let's see what's up. We have seeding, design your own headphones. Seedling, sorry. I have no idea what's that. You know what? Let's go ahead and see. It could be maybe something. I'm not sure. Let's keep doing it. Anything like that, guys, supplement or stuff needs safety. Net Remedy. This is a big brand. Let's look at these also, and I'll give you my opinion on them. Then we have Bib Apron 12 pack. Let's see what's that. I'm gonna just open them, and I will tell you my assessment on each. This is good. Filled Easter egg with 12. Thomas Train. Thomas Train is a big brand. Just a Salon Deep Shampoo. What is that? This is something weird. Let's see. Now, you see, we have only 5 pages. Before we had like 20, 40, 50. This could be something. Let's see. Is this one electronics? Let's see. Inflatable. This is could be cool. This is a big brand. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how we validate. But as I said, guys, just keep changing things. Change the price, higher the price, lower your monthly revenue, higher it, higher your review count. If I use monthly sales, I don't use the monthly revenue. Make it 300, make it 400, make it 200, depending on what. And play with your categories as well. So let's go ahead and open this one and see what gives us. So this one is basically inflatable stuff. So I'm just gonna put inflatable, two-sided football and baseball target set. This is a big keyword. I'm not gonna use all that for sure, but I'm just gonna use inflatable baseball target set. So I'm gonna come here and make sure that you're in all department, because you don't want to find maybe someone selling this product in a different category. So you want to make sure you find all these kind of products, and with all market, with all competitors, that even if they're misplaced in different categories. So I'm gonna put inflate, if I know how to spell, inflatable football target. See, the first one comes in, that auto suggestion. Search it. Now, if I come here and use a keyword, to make sure that you're using the right keyword, you want to make sure that 80% of the results that come up, they're actually the product that you want to sell. Okay, so here if I look at it, it's actually yes and no. I mean, this is different kind of target. This is the same thing as football, so this is only footballs. So for me, it's good and bad, but I don't like it because actually it's not enough stuff. But it could be something. It could be less competition. It could be up and coming. We never know. So let's run Jungle Scout. Viral Launch. I use both, honestly, guys. And I will give tutorial later on about Jungle Scout as well. There's specific features that I like a lot, and I use both, especially with my own consulting and coaching clients that I have. I need to use as many softwares as possible. Now we got this. Let's see how we can use it and what we look at. Let me make it bigger. All right. Now we have those things, guys. First of all, we have the review quantity. This is how many reviews each competitor have. Then we have the monthly sales, how many they're selling per month, how many units. Then we have the unit margin, we have the price, and we have the monthly revenue. Now, if I want to find any product, I want to make sure on the top 10 sellers, organic positions, that means no sponsor ad. Sponsor ad is basically going to find something like that. Sponsored ad, sponsor ad. These are first organic position, second, third, fourth, and so on forth. These I'm not going to count them, which is they're not going to show here anyways. Okay. So if I come here, I will look. I want to find, to determine competition in this way, I am looking at review quantity. So this is, if I have a lot of sellers, has a lot of high reviews, like 500, 600, 700, 800, and all of them have that much, it's very hard for me to compete. But if I'm able to find in the top 10 sellers, and I'm able to find three sellers to 5 sellers with less than 50 reviews or 60 reviews, this is something that I can compete with, as long as they're making enough money on that position. Okay. The other thing, monthly sales is going to determine the demand of the product. So for me, if I find a product that on the top 10 sellers, they're all combined sales of all of them, if I add 200, 240, 150, all of them, they combine to 3,000 sales, this is a good product to get into. As long as these are spread out. I don't want to see one seller has 2,000 and then each one of them doing 100. No, I want it to be spread out. If it's spread out, that means there's no brand loyalty and everyone is getting their market share, which is something I really like and I look at. Very important. Okay. 3,000, why 3,000? Because if I am going to take 10% of the market share, if I jump in, if I start ranking and rank in the top 10, I'm able to capture 10% of that. That means 300 units per month, which is, if I make, with our calculation with $30 product, whatever it is, if I make $10 profit on each, that means I can make $3,000 as a profit at the end of the month, which is something that you want to target. Okay. The other thing, you look at the price. I want to make sure that in the top 10, the prices are high enough. I don't want to find only one guy doing $25 or $30 and then the rest of them are $7, $8, $9. I don't want to do that. I want to make sure it's all good. Monthly revenue, even if this guy's selling 290, he's making only 4,000 as revenue. Okay, this is not profit. Monthly revenue, that's everything. I want to make sure that I fund here, as I was mentioning before, monthly revenue from 8,000, 7,000 maybe and higher, because it will be worth my time. So these are the things I look for. For me, this product, I won't do it honestly, because the searches, the keyword itself has so many other products that are not related. I'm not going to do it. And also it meets my criteria of review. Have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 8 people with less than 50 review, which is really good. That means no competition, but they're not making enough money for me, so I am going to pass on this one. Now this is another one, which is portable salon deep shampoo sink. So this is, it could be something actually, but let's look. Now for finding a keyword, you need to use a little bit of your brain, like this one. I'm not gonna go ahead in the search bar and use a keyword that long. Okay, I want to find 2 words, three word keyword. So for example, short tail keyword has 2 words or more, or 3 keywords, or 3 words. Long tail keyword like of 3 keyword, like consists of 3 words. Okay, as a start, and after that I can niche down and be able to find the other 3 to 5 keywords that I wanted to reach my search volume. So here I can put, I'll go to alt department again. So maybe I go to portable salon sink. That's the first one. Okay, and let's see what happens. So now let's see, we have actually there's actually 80% or 75% of the products is my product. So let's run viral launch and let's look at things. Come on. All right, let's look at it. So we have, those are reviews. Let me look at the monthly revenue very quickly. We have 6,000, 22,000, that's good. 10,000, 3,000, 5,000, 1,800, 1,000, 26,000. Let me see the reviews. 1, that's good. This guy's making most of the sales. This guy's 18, selling only 6,000. So let's see first competition. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 people. So this is competition is low because we have 6 people, less than 50 review. It's awesome. Let's see the monthly sales. 129, 299, 216, 199. These go below the 3,000 I was looking for. The price is amazing. I like this prices. 44, 36. 55 because we're looking for this product. 36, they're good, but still the competition is not good. The demand, the competition is very low, but the demand is very low. I don't want that. I want to have a high demand product. So for me, this one, it's no pass again. But I'm going to show with you here a few things. So for example, market trend. This is important. It's going to give you like a keeper chart of how the sales going on. I want to make sure this is I like because it's steady sales. They're going steady. They're no like up and down, which is really good thing to do. Is a bad thing to look for. A product fluctuates a lot. You don't want. You want to have a kind of a baseline. And this, if you see, there's a baseline going on. But also with that, I want to make sure looking at these numbers here, 50, 100, 150, and 200. What does that mean? It estimates sales. So each day this product was selling as a market was selling 116 units. Here was selling 188 in June 15. So this is an estimated sales per day. Per day. I want to look here, at least starts at 250 or 500. That means it has a lot of demand, there's a lot of sales and going on. So I like to start with that. But keep in mind, if you have a high price item, and if you sell 100 units and at $100, that's much better than something you sell for 300. So just keep in mind, but keep looking at that so you know what's going on. And also it's going to give you the baseline of the months. What are the best months? What are the lowest months? Here, for example, it tells you viral launch makes it very easy. The best selling period is August. Okay, but even if I look at August is somewhere here. Okay, or here, actually there's one here and there's one here. Okay, that's been 2 years. So here it's very high, but also is steady, relatively good. Okay, now average price trend, I like to look at prices that there's no much fluctuation. Is actually the product is going steady, it goes high, but I don't want to see fluctuation big time. Average review, this is going steady and nicely, there's no manipulation. There's some product that they have good high reviews and all of a sudden they drop. Why? Because Amazon just cached them and they just strip them from reviews and stuff like that. This is being good and steady. A viral launch analysis here is going to give you analysis about the product. All this product idea score and viral launch analysis, do not depend on it, but just make sure you look at it to see, to give you like a first glimpse if it's a good product or not. Or, hey, you know what, I might look into it more. Why viral launch thought is a very good product and you can keep going through it, but I wouldn't make it as my indication. Yes, if it's good, it's good. Here's going to give you, hey, has potential, or it's going to give you, looks like a home run, or whatever it is. But look at them deeper. Okay. Let me just do salon sink as a 2 keyword, and let's see what we can find. Now see, this is, we start getting into bigger things now. I wanted the portable one. All right, let's go and look for more. So this is a product for eggs, as Easter eggs, so for sure it's gonna sell very well in specific breed. But actually sometimes especially this toy, because I know my kids, they buy it a lot, and they watch YouTube and they do all those surprises, whatever. It could be not Easter only, it could be only something that kids like. They like to see a toy that's going on, so you can look into it. So for example, we can put egg toy. Let's see what egg toy is gonna give us. There's a better way of finding the keywords, which is I will share with you later on, but now I'm just guessing. So let's see this egg toy. This Ryan, who's capitalizing, this guy from YouTube, he was able to make millions and millions of dollars. He has his own brand now. Surprise egg, that's what I was going to say. Surprise egg. Surprise, if I know how to do it, spell. Surprise, I'm still not able. Let me see, surprise egg pack. Surprise egg pack. Okay, I'm just gonna put surprise egg, man. Here we have surprise egg. Yay! Wow! Surprise egg. That's be a good keyword for people who like me, who misspell a lot of things. I'm not sure I'm not the only one, but we'll be able to get this as a misspelling and put it in the back end. You will find people like me, and that's gonna help you some sales. So let's look at these eggs. See, that's surprise eggs that you can. A lot of parents put some toys in them, and they make a set out of them. So let's see what happens here. I'm just going, guys, to show you how I think about things and how I look for things. Possibly we're not gonna find anything today, but this process takes a lot of time. But let's look here what's going on. So product idea score is 4.5, which is exciting, just to see what's going on. We have a product here with 15 reviews making 15,000, 24 making 25,000, but don't forget, this is Ryan, Mr. Ryan, who's taking my money. 21 also Ryan. This is a big brand Ryan guy now. He has a YouTube channel, millions of people. So but 35 making 36,000. So if I look only at the competition, 1 2 3 4 5 6 people, less than 50 reviews, are making good money, which is good. The price is very good. I like it. 49.65, 18.57. There's a lot of high. Monthly revenue are amazing, more than what we said, 8,000 to 20,000 or 15,000, but they have a lot of good revenue, which is good. The only thing, what I was thinking, that's what I was talking about, guys. See, generic Ryan World, Paw Patrol, which is a big brand. These are all like some big brands, so there's kind of brand loyalty, but we still can dig deeper and find more keywords that will be able to get us to that specific product. But let's look at the market trends. So we have so here spikes very well in May, and then it just no sales, look, and spikes up again on March. So this is an Easter product in March and April only. And then if that was like, see, I like how it starts 500, which is very good. But look here, it's no sales, guys. That's not something I'm gonna get into. It has low sales. If it was all here slowly, yes, I'm interested, but when it start going down, no, that's seasonal. Especially like I have a data from last year and this year, so it's no good. It tells me 5 to 40 reviews you need to make sure you make 80 to 2,000 is a big gap. But this product is increasing in popularity and looks like a home run, up and coming. That's something interesting, actually. It could be an Easter, for sure is going to go well, but now that just needs more study. You need to study it more. You need to find more keyword. Why? Because I know on YouTube these things are going higher and higher, and a lot of videos coming up with them. So I'll make sure that I can dig deeper in it if I want it. Anyways, I'm not going to go through that because I'm gonna make sure that the video is not gonna be a lot of it's going to be long. So I'm just going to share let's see, one product. Let's see. So I have, for example, this product that I just found the other day. So I'm gonna validate it with you and let's see what we find here. So I come here, put leg massager, then I go all the way to all departments, and then I'm going to start my search. And let's see what we find. So leg massager, I have those socks thingies. We have regular machines. These all kind of leg, which is cool. This is a small one, not electronic. Let's see what we have. Let's run market intelligence. Let me just throw these off. Come on. Wow. Whoa. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. We have a guy with 77 reviews making 82,000. We have 350 making 200 and 1,000. 77, 19 making 58,000. This is really enticing. 360, 440, 173, 36. This is here. So we have how many people? We have one guy here, and then we have two. So 2 people out of the 10, they're actually making good sales. But also here number 11 making 33, because we need to factor in those people are not checked. You see, these are not checked, so I need to go 2 more. So I have 33 and 52. So I almost have 3 people less than 50 reviews. This is past the thing that there's no high competition, low competition product. Monthly sales. These people are selling 1,376, 694, 650. This is not included. 269. This is more than 3,000 units as minimum. These are actually 5,000, 6,000. So almost 6,000 sales, which just passed our test. Amazing. The price unit, I like it. There's a little bit of fluctuation, but it depends which one I'm going to use, the socks or use the regular machine. So this 45, 200, 20, 61, 143, 722. Oh my God, there's a big one. I'm not going to do that. 74, 67, 108. These so far very good prices over what we need. All of them are making good revenue. 82,251, which is more than what we need. But here also for people who are just starting, make sure with the low budget, make sure that you have the budget, because this product can get you in a very cash flow issues, and you need to make sure that you have enough capital. Let's look at the market trends. So this starts from 200, but as I said, the price is higher, so you can make more money. So you don't need to make 300, 500 sales per month. You can make less and still make money. So this is good. December is the biggest month where you're gonna sell a lot, and it could, if you November, December, you make that much sales, you might, make so much money that you don't need the rest of the year. Let's look before here. Let me just look here. We have the sales price is good. There's no big fluctuations. The reviews are good. Viral launch, she says 404 to 100 sells 0 to 2,500. That's a big gap. Okay. and seems promising and typical, which is good, is not declining. So now after we did all this validation, now the other thing I would like to do is basically getting into the keyword, which is my last. I'm just gonna close these guys. I want to look into the keyword search volume. So we validated everything that we need through the reviews, which is dedicate or it's a good gauge for our competition. Then we have the sales per unit, which is dictates, or it's a good indication of our demand. A monthly revenue is the same thing. I'll make sure there's not a lot of products that have one brand dominating. Make sure that all the sales being spread out. Now, the last one and not least is finding as many keywords as possible and make sure that we get the 10,000 to 15,000 search volume for our first 3 to 5 main keywords. Kiwis, wow. So in this tool also here, there is keyword research. So I go to search, and what's nice about this tool, I can just come in here and just put leg massager and make sure it's in the States and search. Now, this one is going to give me all the keywords are related to leg massager, okay, which is very good. So I don't need to guess it. It's not like other tools like merchant words or keyword tool dominator. This one's going to give me anything that's related within the same niche. And other tools give you like leg massager blue, leg massager yellow, or it's going to give just completions, auto completion. This one's going to give you anything within that niche. So very important to look at the following, guys. Leg massager as our main keyword, which is the short tail keyword, has 13,889 search volume, which is amazing. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to just open that keyword because I want to test them. I want to make sure these keywords are related or not. Like here it tells me, hey, there's search volume combined 536,000, but not all of them are going to be related or very related. So calf massager has 6,000, leg massager for circulation has 3,000, foot and calf massager. I'm just going to open the first ones. Leg massage, another one, ankle massage or leg circulation. You know, let me pick the big one here, leg massage, and let's open them and let's see what we have. So leg massage, if I look at how I determine this is a good keyword or not, 80% or 75% of the results that I find, it's according to the keyword, to the product that I'm going to be selling, whether socks or regular machine. Okay, just different kind of variation of the product, but does the same thing. Okay, so if I look at it, yes, this is it. So here, leg massage, if I come back and I say leg massage has 897, this is good. I can run viral launch or market intelligence extension here, and I can see if the same results comes in and the same validation process that I want to do. Here, let's see at leg massage. What is this one? Hold a second. Leg ankle massager. So it's different kind actually. So this is a little bit different. I'm gonna say bye-bye. No good. Leg massage. This actually we just searched it. Foot and calf massage. Come on, please. Come on. Come on. Please don't stop. Okay, so we have foot and calf massager. Let's see. This is the product that we need. Exactly, it's similar. It could be this machine or the other machine. And let's validate it very quickly. Wow, very quicker. I hope you don't learn your English from me. Let me see. Wow, this is even. Wow, look at that. We have 19, 52, 18, 29. So we have like 5 reviews. This guy making 48,000. 19 making 58. 3 making 66,000. This is impressive. There are almost 6, 7 people are making. This is actually something cool. This is cool. This product, leg massager for circulation, if I look at it, it's all similar product. Leg massager for circulation has 3,000. Okay, let's see here. Calf massager, we have 6,000. So this keyword, I mean, this product already passed our 10 to 15,000 search volume. So this product, it's honestly, it's worth looking into. And worth looking into it deeper, because it has a lot of keywords, a lot of search volume, and everything that you need. So this is the validation you need to do. So we have a product that has a good demand, low competition, has good keyword search volume. We found everything that we needed, which is really, really, really good. So let's go back to my slides, and we'll finish off that, and then we'll be good to go, guys. I hope you guys are really, I know it was long, I know it was really tedious and a lot of information, but I told you when I started, this is going to be long, but that's what we need. I wanted to get you a training that's very in-depth, takes every part of it. I know maybe also we missed some stuff, but you let me know what you guys want, and I will be able to get you that video. So let's keep going now. I just want to finish it off. And a bonus additional method, as I showed you guys, how to do low quality listings by getting 3.5 stars and less. Sales change, I want to make sure the stuff are going up. The price change also, I want stuff our prices are going up, not lower, not declining. I want to make sure I find a product revenue from 7,000 to 15,000. Okay, how to validate a product, as we did. Most of the criteria that I mentioned at the beginning has to be met. 3 to 5 stars in the top 10 have less than 50 reviews. Market trend is steady with no huge fluctuations. You can use Google Trend if you want, or you can use Viral Launch as I showed you. Check consistent BSR for top sellers. Great average price and higher, as we said, anything over 25. No huge brand dominating the market, like we said with Ryan, with the egg guy. He's actually in the top 10. He's dominating the whole thing, but no good. Sales spread between top sellers. I don't want to see one seller making all the sales. I want to see it spread out between all the sellers in the top 10, and I want to make sure that 3 to 5 monthly sales for the top 10 sellers. So I want to make sure that all the top sellers are not they're selling enough units of 3,000 minimum to and higher. So if I combine all the monthly sales, they're selling 3,000 units minimum. All right, guys. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a part of this group and being a part of this channel. I'm very honored to be a part of your journey. So let's make it happen, Giants. And please don't forget to spread the word. And please come and join me in our Facebook group at Amazon FBA Giants. I'm going to leave the link below as well for you to join. And I'm going to leave also the link for Market Intelligence, where you'll be able to get the discount that I got for you guys. So thank you so much again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care, everybody.